Gun-Shin-le-che. Hello and welcome to KamenRider Blackman. If you are just hearing my voice today and not seeing my face while I'm talking, lucky you, because today is another full show review. And today we will be looking at our first non-Japanese tokusatsu, Legend Hero: The Three Kingdoms, which is Korean. Whew, finally ready to do it. Now, going in, Legend Hero is based off of the famous historical novel, Romance of the Three Kingdoms. And it's based, it's based on the novel, and you can tell, actually, through the characters. Everyone in this show is named after and based on a character in this show. And getting into this with the novel, I've never read it, and I've only learned this, and I only learned that fact after finishing the show. Now, normally I have a rule to when I finish a show and prepare to review it, I don't watch others' review of it because I don't want to spoil myself of anything, especially when I've just finished the show and I'm going to review it. It's just the feeling of like when I'm beating myself to the punch. But that's just me. But I learned that fact from watching Marco Satsu's review of it. To which, by the way, go check out his review too, as well as watch mine. We'll watch ours back to back. But mine will focus more on the plot and story and what's going on here. His will also shred some details of the novel itself. But let's get into it. This show has no opening or ending theme, so episode 1, The Birth of Legend Heroes. Now, here's our first piece of monologue. In the beginning, when the universe was being made, many heroes have fought to have this world. It is the legend of a deep history. It is the story of another world. New heroes are born, inheriting the names of the heroes of legend, called, of course, Legend Heroes. And throughout the monologue, there's a scene of a huge brawl happening between Legend Heroes, and it's all happening in front of a guy who is actually dreaming. He is our main protagonist, Luby, and here's what's next that's the best. The second unintentionally funniest person in the show, Gonsan-san, I'm going to call her Gongsan, Axe kicks him awake because they are both students running a dojo for their master, who is away with his years younger than him white girlfriend. I am not kidding. They co-run the Dowan Quan while competing to inherit their martial arts style, the Flying Dragon Fist. Gonsan is a beast while Lube is not. He's been learning martial arts since he was a child, since it's revealed later that Luby and Gonsan are orphans raised together by the same master who taught them fighting. Luby, he has potential, he just needs to apply it. Moving on now to the next character we meet, who is Zuzu, Luby's angel, who finds him to give him his hero changer and hero piece to become a legend hero. Now, time for more context. Zuzu is one of few angels that manage something called the Dream Battle, where multiple legend heroes battle down to the last one to win the prize of being granted a single wish. After Luby gets home, and after he gets his ass kicked by his jackass teacher while the master is away, seriously, the guy's a douchebag, he remembers that he has his hero piece and that Zuzu told it to serve its lord well, and then it comes alive, and its name is Guanu. Now, let's talk about the hero pieces for a second, like how they look, and because they are also sentient. Now, the hero pieces in terms of personalities They all pretty much fit in a well, they all pretty much fit in a trope. There's honorable one, wise one, or at least I'm describing the ones I'm thinking about now. But yeah, for the hero pieces that we're going to get, we're going to get the we are going to get, let me describe it. Honorable one, wise one, like boisterous one. Like, we're just gonna get multiple personalities. Not to mention, in terms of looks, they're they're small. They're kind of adorable. They're kind of adorable. By any means, they don't look bad at all. Yeah, they're alive, and they can also move too. But yeah, they're not. They don't look bad for the most part. Their faces are pretty animated. For a look like Go Onjur, they could have their faces. Anywho, after Guanu comes alive, he to Lube grants his wish to become stronger, and so Lube goes to see for himself by fighting his jackass teacher. And in the next scene, he has bandages on his face. Anywho, that's sort of funny. Anyway, so yeah, Lube, he's not the best fighter and lacks self-confidence. So eventually he goes back to Zuzu to return him. Before then, his teacher finds him and transforms into a legend hero himself, which, by the way, the legend hero name for his teacher is Legend Hero Wang Quan. And so, and his teacher's name is also Heejin. Where was I? Okay, let's touch okay, yeah. So Lube finds it in himself to save himself as well as Guanu from Heejin. So now he becomes Legend Hero Guanu. Meaning Guanu. Sorry. I really don't understand Korean, so my pronunciation is the closest I have to give. I just remember Guanu because I heard that part. But anywho, Legend Hero Guanu, let's talk about his suit. It's it now. Let me pull it. Yeah. See how prepared I am for this review? Anywho, Legend Hero Guanu. Not a bad suit. I like it already because it's green and gold, but everything else with it's not bad. And here's something that I never noticed before, but the more I look at it now, I like it a bit more. The dragon motif on the head, especially, that looks awesome. And not to mention, while I'm at it too, let's talk about Guanu's primary weapon. It's a sword that can become a gun. And not bad. For a second, I was thinking about a sword that becomes a gun for a moment, and how that usually doesn't look good. A gun that looks like a gun that becomes a sword is usually better, but in this case, it gets a pass. And so, now in battle, Lube can hold his own and beats his teacher in here, and now in episode 2, in their second battle. This show, by the way, has mech fights, and they're not used well. Well, they are used still. Well, they are still used as. Okay, let me get this out right now. This show is all legend heroes. There are no monsters of the week. It's just heroes, and the mech fights are more of a last resort. When someone says final battle, like a huge dome builds up out of nowhere, and and it builds itself all over an area of the city, and time stops, and at that moment they summon their mechs for this show, the Legend Machines. The Zords of this show also come along with carrier trucks to make, well, the mechs. Literally, the Zords are the heads and the trucks make everything else. For example, the very first mech of the show, to which we're going to talk about now, as well as the Zord for it. The mech. Let's see here. The Legend Machine is called Dragon Cannon, but we're also going to talk about the first mech of the show, Legend King Dragon. So, how does it look? I quite like it for the most part. Like, if I'm seriously giving my honest opinion right now, this is pretty good. This is probably like the one mech in this show that I can honestly imagine in seeing it in Power Rangers, because it's so close to looking like an actual Megazord. Well, in terms of interior, it just looks like something that would definitely be in Power Rangers. It just looks. I just really like it. I sound like I'm fangasming it right now, but it's not bad for the most part. Which brings me to another thing about this show, the CGI. The animation that you'll see in this show, if you plan to watch it, it's college humor Power Rangers parody animation. It's like it's that level of internet imitation, and you can tell too because of how light the colors are on the suits, as well as everything else, of course, like the lighting and the scenery, everything. It's just so downplayed, especially for a TV show. But before we get into episode 3, Heejin loses, and the last scene in episode 2 is that he passes out. And for a moment, I thought he died. But in episode 3, Heejin lives, but he quits his job to move back to his hometown. Now here's how people in this show don't die, but do get annihilated. Basically, just break the changer. Deal's dead. Like, once you break the hero changer, like, your hero piece dies by turning to stone, and you lose your memory of being a legend hero, and you no longer have a dream. And and by the way, I guess since I already talked about the hero pieces, I should also mention the hero changers too. They're pretty simple. It doesn't go to your... I probably say that because it's not on your wrist, and it's literally on like the palm of your hand. And I think I'm too used to morphers that are literally on the wrist, because this is just literally palm of your hand, like half on. You could, if you were to just shake your hand, it would fly off. But anywho, it's not bad for the most part. But now, episode 3, it introduces 2 new characters. The first one is Mizu, and he is introduced by having his crew play music as he serenades Gonzan, only to get rejected for the 100th time. Damn, this dude has worse luck with women than me, and I'm just starting to get better at it this year. And they specifically know that it's for the 100th time. Like, that's comedy. Anywho, And Mizu is our next legend hero. And there we meet his piece, Zhangfei. Well, Zhangfei. Zhangfei. God, I swear I knew how to pronounce this. Anywho, let's take a look at legend hero Zhangfei. In orange legend hero. By now I'm thinking like the suit, like it's not bad, it's meh. It's alright. Like if I was to be doing a tier list right now, Zhangfei would be C tier for the most part. And here's why. I don't care. I don't mind the fact that it's orange. It's just that in the helmet, it looks like it has like a bunch of animal motifs going on, and Zhangfei's animal motif is like a snapping turtle. But when I look at the helmet, it's like I wonder what the motif is. Either a snake, a turtle, or hell, for some random reason, a monkey. But I think it's because of the silver mouthpiece there. It just has like a bunch of animal motifs going on there. But you can actually tell that it's a turtle because the top of the head has the type of shell, it has a tortoise shell design going on there. So that's how. And next, also here in episode 4, Liu Bei can't find it in himself to go full through trying to beat someone and ruin their dreams. But he's better off doing it in this case with Mizu because he's a careless bum that mistreats his hero piece and just goes out stealing. And 2, he just wants to win the dream battle to get women. So, fuck him. He's my least favorite character immediately. Well, one of my least favorite. Yeah, he's one of my least favorite characters. But since Mizu is a legend hero, we also need to talk about his mech, Legend King Turtle, as well as the Zord for it. Alright, so the Zord for it, it's a snapping turtle and a bulldozer. Nice combo. But the mech for it, okay, the first mech for it before later. Not the biggest fan of it. Also, this is a possibility, but the turtle could be my least favorite Zord in this show for reasons I'll extrapolate upon later. But in the first mech design, not a big fan of it. And in the picture I'm showing right now, it's a mech with the colors purple and orange mashing together. I'm just not a big fan of that. But even if I'm also not a big fan of the head either. But in episode 4, it's where Liu Bei beats him and actually shows compassion towards Zhangfei and offers to come with them, to which Zuzu shows up to make a new contract. So now, Liu Bei has 2 pieces and 2 forms. And I was so happy that he got a form change because, for one, I knew it was going to happen. I knew he was going to get a new form. And 2, it actually works in this case. Like, the suits are similar enough to each other that it passes. Also, if you think about it now, the fact that his form change is actually a spoil from war, that's actually pretty cool. But yeah, Mizu comes back a couple episodes later, but as a side character with no memory of the dream battle. So, episode 5, Gongsan now becomes the secondary hero of the show, legend hero Zhao Yong. So let's talk about her suit. Her suit is honestly pretty nice. Like, honestly, like, I really like the design. It's not bad. It's a pretty nice suit, really. Like, it's just, I don't know how to say it. Like, I didn't think of more words for it except for I really like it. Well, okay, well, here's one. The helmet is, oh, crap, I can't. Anyway, it's just a good, honestly, it's just a good suit. And honestly, I think it's a great fact that this suit doesn't have a skirt. Like, it's just, but you can still tell at first look that it's a suit for a woman and it works pretty well. God, I really can't think of words or description. Like, I like the helmet. And, which reminds me, her animal is based off of a horse. Speaking of horses, her mech and her legend machine, Unicorn Racer, and her mech, Legend King Unicorn. This is another good one. This is another good one. Like, seriously, like, this is honestly a good, this is another good mech. Like, nothing really to go in depth about it. It's just good color patterns. The helmet's not too, the helmet's actually pretty nice because it has that race car thing going. Thumbs up. Anyway, so Gongsan becomes a legend hero because she has a dream of becoming the next heir to the Flying Dragon Fist, and she's competing with Liu Bei for the title. And to her, that title is well deserved because she is a beast, while Liu Bei, hell, when she first appears as Zhao Yong, she kicks his ass quite a bit. Not to mention, Liu Bei's and Gongsan's legend machines can combine. Oh, wait, I skipped ahead. My bad. My fault. Oh, wait, I did skip it. Okay, in terms of story, I skipped ahead. But, anywho, moving on. It's been done. Anywho, this is just something I wanted to mention, but really has no real importance to the plot. Liu Bei's and Gongsan's legend machines can combine together for a new sort of combination. Legend King Trinity. Like, it's not good, it's not bad. Two vehicles just become the arms, and they look bulky. That's it. Anyway, episode 9. Real quick about this show. There are a lot of legend heroes that come and go, and it's hard to depict which ones are important and which ones aren't. So for the rest of this entire review, I'm just going to focus on the ones that are, well, main characters and our mainstays for the show. But for now, episode 9, where we get a new legend hero, Legend Hero Lu Bu. Now, so let's get on to talking about him as well as his mech. Alright, 1. Legend Hero Lu Bu. I want to say he is based off of a Pegasus. And not to mention, the suit is pretty dark. Like, I'm getting like Korag from Mystic Force vibes from him. But, man, not bad. Although I do have a question. Although I do realize one thing now, though. He has like exhaust. He has like, I don't know, exhaust pipes like on his shoulders and whatnot. What's up with that? Anywho, but Legend King Nightmare. Not bad. It looks. Although the face on the chest, it does look a lot like a toy. I don't look at it as like more of a Megazord. I look at it like a toy now because of the face on the chest. Like, with my history with like giant robots, Like, if it's like an animal face on the chest, then cool, but this is like a legitimate, like someone's face on the chest. And that's weird coming from me because that one sword that Zio has with his face on it, for some reason I like that. Yet for some reason I think that's a bit kiddie-ish. But anywho, in terms as the entire design, not bad. It's 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 good for the most part.